Good evening, everybody. It is 6:30. We do have
I didn't catch that. Could you try?
we do have 3 commissioners in attendance. We are waiting for one more to join us. So we will be starting as soon as we have one more commissioner join us. Hopefully several more will join us this evening.
I think I saw Miss Diaz in attendance, but now disappear. So
I did talk with her and she did say that she was going to try to attend this evening. So I was really happy to hear from her. She had mentioned some family emergencies. And
okay, I see again in the attendees list. So maybe
wonderful.
Miss Forrest need to promote.
Well, welcome. And at this time, we do have 4 commissioners, so we can begin our meeting. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the West Contra Costa Unified School District's Independent Redistricting Commission for Tuesday, January 4th at 6:30 p.m. So we are calling the meeting to order. Next on our agenda is roll call. Ms. Forrest, would you do the roll call, please?
Yes. Commissioner Butler, Commissioner Diaz-Noriega,
Present.
Commissioner Tualu,
Present.
Commissioner Hilliard,
Present.
Commission Chair Gordon,
Present.
Commissioner Lazzaretti.
Present.
Wonderful. That constitutes a quorum, so we can move on. Next item on our agenda, item 3, is approval of our agenda. Are there any changes this evening to the agenda or corrections? Seeing none, then we do need a motion and a second to approve the agenda for this evening.
All right, I move that we approve the agenda.
I second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Hilliard to move the item and a second from Commissioner Tualu. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Butler, Commissioner Diaz-Noriega,
Aye.
Commissioner Tualu,
Aye.
Commissioner Hilliard,
Aye.
Commission Chair Gordon,
Aye.
Commissioner Lazzaretti.
Aye.
Excellent. It passes. Moving on to our next item. Item 4 is approval of our December 14th minutes. Are there any amendments to the minutes this evening? Seeing none, we need a motion and a second to accept the minutes.
I move that we accept the minutes.
I'll second. We have a motion from Commissioner Lazzaretti and a second from Commissioner Gordon. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Butler, Commissioner Diaz-Noriega,
Aye.
Commissioner Tualu,
Aye.
Commissioner Hilliard,
Aye.
Commission Chair Gordon,
Aye.
Commissioner Lazzaretti.
Aye.
And that passes also. Moving on to our agenda, item 5, public comment for items not already on the agenda. We allow for 3 minutes and we do ask that it be under our jurisdiction. Is there any public comment this evening?
There's no public comment at this time.
Seeing none, then we will move on to our next item, item 6. Our discussion and possible action items. Public comment under these items is 3 minutes as well. Item 6A, discussion and possible adoption of a resolution regarding continuing to meet via video conference and teleconferencing. Did everybody get a chance to look at the draft resolution? Excellent. Are there questions or comments from commissioners this evening? Is there any presentation from Mr. Pitts? Nope. Is there public comment on this item?
No public comment.
Seeing no public comment, then I bring it back to the commission for a vote. I'll need a motion. Need a motion to approve the resolution?
I move that we approve the resolution.
I second it.
I have a motion from Commissioner Lazzaretti with a second from Commissioner Hilliard. Roll call vote, Ms. Forrest.
Commissioner Butler, Commissioner Diaz-Noriega, Commissioner Toalu,
Aye.
Commissioner Hilliard,
Aye.
Commission Chair Gordon,
Aye.
Commissioner Lazzaretti.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Wonderful. Moving on to item 6B, discussion and solicitation of public input regarding the preliminary map plan, and our preliminary plan is on the website. Can we bring it up on the screen? Is that possible to share that?
Yes, give me a moment and I'll try to pull it up. So this is, I'll slowly go through that so you can see the District 1 through District 5 in the preliminary plan. Let me know if you're having an issue seeing that. And we can also put in the chat where that can be found for those who want to pull it up who are viewing it at home. But this is District 1 under the preliminary plan. This is District 2. This is District 3. As you will see, these maps also show for context, show the vicinity for each district. District 4. And District 5. I will note for the commission that Dr. Collingwood is not able to be here tonight, but we have communicated and have talked about preparing something for the commission and the public to consider next week to start the process of the minor modifications that have been discussed previously and any other modifications, including the modification to address Commissioner Tualu's concern that the commission ensure that the individual who attended previously and expressed concerns about being outside the district that covered her children's schools, that be specifically addressed in the map. So that would be one type of change that I'm hoping we will have a slightly revised version next week to deal with.
Outstanding. Are there questions or comments from commissioners this evening?
I had one question. I was looking over the data or the numbers around like the race and ethnicity, and I noticed that there wasn't an inclusion for like Native American or Indigenous populations in the county, and wondered if that could also be factored into the maps. I feel like we're erasing the population by not including that number of data. And I just want to name that like Indigenous and Native American folks exist in the county, and that they are also voters here, and wanted to just have those numbers, or that for folks to see it too when they're looking over and analyzing themselves.
I can certainly ask Dr. Collingwood what data sources are available so that we can, to the extent possible, add that information to these maps. That makes good sense to me.
Fantastic. Any other questions, comments from commissioners this evening?
Comments. Yeah, based on my experience, I worked for Census 2020. I remember that I did interview at least one, if not more, that the individual mentioned that mix, and one of them is Native American. So I believe we do have Native American descendants live in West Contra Costa County, because I was assigned to like Richmond, San Pablo, El Sobrante, so it's in West Contra Costa County.
Thank you. Any further comments from commissioners this evening? Then I will open it up to the public. Or is there public comment on this item?
No public comment.
I'll bring it back to the commissioners for one last. Is there any other further discussion on this item before we move on? So that moves us on to our item 7, commissioner reports, updates, and future agenda items. Are there any reports this evening? I'll start with Commissioner Lazzaretti.
No, nothing from me this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Diaz-Noriega.
Yes, I just wanted to share briefly. I was working on like a 2-pager. I was looking at the website and I feel like the information is a little hard to access or to understand. I was wondering if we could work on a collaborative document to guide folks into like these meetings or the session or the work. And I'm gonna add it here in the chat, but if I could share my screen briefly, I can go over it real quick just so that folks can look at what I'm seeing. But it's this 2-pager and it has like key links to the website, the dates, the application for vacancy 2, and then information, but it also has our commission contact and names. I just added these pictures that I found, but feel free to edit or remove her as you'd like. But it also has like important documents that folks can access. And I think that it'd be helpful to have this 2-pager just to share out. Sometimes when you tell folks, you know, go look at the website, it's really hard to navigate, and especially the district one, which has a lot of tabs and a lot of things that folks can tap into. But if there's just like one direct document that has everything they need, they can access like the maps, the presentations. I included here the links that Dr. Collingwood has put together, like the website, the presentations he's offered to the meetings, and then the reports, and then yeah, these upcoming meetings that folks can also access. And then these are some visuals. I noticed that the district itself didn't really advertise these upcoming meetings for January. And so there's 2 flyers that folks can use as outreach. It's in English and Spanish, and it has the information, the Zoom, the location. So if folks just want to access that, commissioners can edit, and then the public can just view it as a document so that changes are made. But folks can work from this. It also has other information, but I feel like it'd be helpful for us to work from this document or to share with community, and that way folks at least have like a very brief or concise 2-pager where they can get everything that they need, and it's more like visually appealing or accessible to folks to understand and to read.
Thank you for that. It's an update and a report at this time. We don't have it agendized for a discussion. We can put this into a committee to discuss it further or to work on it further. We can also simply hand it over to our lawyer, Mr. Pitts, and see if you two can work together and see if we can't get that going. I can ask for direction at this time on those options, and I'd like to get input from my fellow commissioners and see the way you would like to proceed. So I'll start with Commissioner Hilliard.
Thanks, Commissioner Diaz-Noriega, for putting that together. And I think, as Vicky suggested, this would be a good thing to talk with Mr. Pitts about. just to figure out the best way forward. And I think that this 2-page flyer you created would be great at getting the word out to the public and hopefully getting more better attendance at these meetings.
Commissioner Toulouse?
Yeah, I like the idea. I think it's just like Commissioner Diaz said, the navigation, kind of like better with this one, the one that proposed by Commissioner Diaz. So I think if we can accommodate the idea, it's good. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Lazzaretti?
Yes, I concur. I'm very impressed with the layout and design, how everything is organized. I think it would be great to be able to incorporate that into our outreach efforts. So however the rest of the commission thinks it's best to proceed, if we want to, perhaps next week, we could have an agenda item to look more broadly at our outreach efforts as we hit the final stretch of our work. I think we're running out of time to really engage the public and to incorporate public feedback and input into our work. So it might be a thing where we could agendize an item to discuss how to use what Commissioner Diaz-Noriega put together in the weeks ahead, or if we think time is of the essence, I'm also fine with just simply incorporating this into our website as soon as possible.
Thank you. Well, it does sound like we have reached consensus. I think this is an incredibly well done document as well. And thank you for the time and very well laid out. So I think that we can, direction sounds like we can let you work with Mr. Pitts on finishing that up and then getting that onto the website. And I think that next week we need to add to our agenda the public outreach item on our agenda. I think a lot of times from my experience, which has been a total of 23 years, that when you have few attendees in the audience, it actually means that you've done your job well. You've gotten that information out. The people who want it have seen it, and they're comfortable with the decision. They're comfortable with the decisions the commission's making. And so you'll see that attendance does tend to drop off. But that still does not mean that we don't reach out and we don't make sure that our outreach is as thorough as possible. But it tends to be lean to the side that it's a job well done. And I just want to again thank my fellow commissioners for putting in the time, the energy, and the commitment for seeing this task through to the end. So any questions on the direction for Commissioner Diaz-Noriega or Commissioner Pitts, Mr. Pitts? None? Awesome. So it sounds like we have direction on that. And where did I leave off for commissioners for reports? Who did I not fit in? Commissioner Hilliard, did I get you?
No, I hadn't gone yet, but I have nothing to add. Thanks.
Commissioner Toulouse, did I get you?
I don't think so, but I have nothing either.
And I have nothing to report or update. So that moves us on to our next agenda item, which is our next meeting. Our next meeting is the 11th, Tuesday at 6:30. So we will be attaching the preliminary maps again. We will be updating any of the input that we've been receiving, and we will be reaching out. We will put the outreach committee back on there, and we will be talking more about how we outreach for our last two meetings or last meetings for the for the preliminary map. Is there any other, Commissioner Hilliard?
Yeah, I just had a quick question. So we have a meeting next Tuesday on the 11th, and then is it correct that we also have one the following Tuesday on the 18th? Okay,
Correct.
great.
And then and then the meeting on the 25th is the meeting that we have scheduled to choose the recommended plan.
Okay, sounds good.
Is there any other business of the board, business of the commission this evening? Seeing none, I will adjourn our meeting at 6:51. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and hopefully we will see the majority of you at our next meeting next Tuesday. Thank you for attending. Meeting adjourned.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you.